Good morning everyone. Our next chapter 7 is about coordination in life processes. Okay. Human body is a wonderful mechanism. It is complicated structure than it appears. So, human body is a wonderful machine and it is complicated structure than it appears. Did you ever imagine the complexity of your body? Different life processes in living organisms like respiration, digestion, blood circulation, excretion, nervous system, etc. are built in our body at their specific places and carry out their specific functions in a coordinated manner. In the living organisms, exhibit different life processes such as respiration, digestion, circulation and excretion and nervous system, etc. All these are inbuilt in our body at the specific need. All these will undergo their functions differently in our body. Okay. So have you ever imagined how complexity of is our body? Okay, so how the body has been formed and how it is arranged in a our body undergoes respiration, excretion and circulation, digestion and nervous system. So all these systems will function according to their specific manner. Okay, we have studied each of the process in detail nearly in isolation except in the chapter on control and coordination. Okay, already we have learned about all these processes before, and now except we did not see anything on the control and coordination. Okay, in this chapter we shall go a step further to experience the complexities involved and appreciate the wonderful integration in our life process. Okay, in this chapter we will learn and we will know other step of the experiences of the complexity of our body. Okay, and also we will appreciate the wonderful integration in our life processes. Let us recall the parts of the digestive canal or gut that are involved in the digestive process, where the food is broken down at different stages. Okay, let me see about the digestion. Okay, so firstly about buccal cavity. From here we will intake different kinds of food. Okay, so next it enters into the pharynx and right from there pharynx to larynx and next to stomach and right from there small intestine then large intestine and finally it reaches to anus. Okay, this is the rough diagram about the digestive canal. Okay, so write down the parts of the gut where the journey of food starts from mouth to anus. So first as we see that first through mouth. So what will happen? So for example we are eating fruits. Okay, we have cutted the fruit and a piece of the fruit is kept in our mouth and next to and stomach will send to the small intestine. The small intestine function is to grind it and it makes into a paste, and next all the food items and all the food which was grinded is sent to the large intestine. This large intestine will contain water and it will make the food what we have, what the small intestine has grinded, and changes it into a alkaline nature, and right from there waste materials are sent to the rectum. Okay, so all this process is done in the digestion. Okay, which type of life process would be involved in the breakdown of food in the stomach? Okay, so through the which was involved in the breakdown of food in the stomach is digestive system as well as circulation, respiration and nervous system. Okay, next, if any of those processes fail to function, what effect would it have on our body? So what will happen? So we cannot be able to digest the food, we cannot be able to get air to breathe, and also the nerves to function properly. Okay, all these things will lead us if the process fail to function. Okay, every process is independent on other to keep the body in good condition. So all these processes are individually works according to their aspects. Okay, to understand this concept, we analyze how digestive system is coordinated with other systems. As an example, the digestive system will coordinate with the other system during the digestion. Okay, during intake of food. As an example, we shall study the digestive system from feeling hungry to utilizing of food, illustrating the interconnected processes going on in our body. Okay, so for example, I am feeling hunger. What will happen? My stomach will always some gases will utilize from my some acids will utilize on my stomach, and the information is transferred to the nervous system. What the nervous system will tell us? So nervous system will guide me that you are feeling hunger, please eat something else, so that I can feel better and I will function it properly. So like that, what will happen? The digestive system will send the message to the nervous system. That in sense, one system is interconnected with the another system. Okay, if we feel more hunger, what will happen? For a period of time, for a course of time, we will feel little bit uneasy. That in sense, all the energy levels will goes down. That means the energy required for the respiration is also decreases, the energy required for the circulation is also decreases, and the nervous system always will passes a message that you are feeling hunger, please take something to make it proper function. So how do we know that we need food? So normally we know that by feeling hunger, we commonly know that we need food for the functions, but for the different functions. Okay, let us observe the following table. Identify the tick marks, those options that you think makes you feel hunger. Okay, smell of food. Yes, smell of food makes us hunger. Okay, next, sight of, so taste of the food. If we haven't eaten anything, how can we taste the food? Okay. Next, sighting. Through seeing the food, we can feel hunger. Being tired and exhausted. Okay, being tired and exhausted also we will feel hunger. And next, need of food also makes us hunger, and not need of food but thought of food makes us hunger. If suppose our friends or our nearby ones is talking about the different kinds of foods, what will happen to us? So we will feel hunger. So what stimulates hunger? So what stimulates hunger was smelling of food, sighting of food, and Need of food stimulates us hunger. Okay. What would be the result of stimulation of hunger? So what's the result is it pangs to us. So the hunger pangs will occur in the stomach and that will stimulate us hunger. Which system do you think would send the signals to make us realize that we are hunger? Okay, so throughout the body the nervous system will pass a message and that will make us to realize that we are hunger. Okay. Well, a major cause for feeling hunger lies in the physiology of blood circulation. Okay, a major cause of feeling hunger lies in the physiology of the blood circulation. Levels of different substances are generally maintained in the blood mainly by our digestive system. Okay, basing upon the food, the different substances that are present in the blood will maintain its functions. Okay, one of the major substances is glucose. Okay, our blood will contain glucose. Okay, so where do we get glucose to the blood? So right from the food we have intake will supplies glucose to the blood. Okay, glucose is coming from the food which we have intake. That means through the digestion process we will get glucose to the blood. Not only glucose but also other substances which are present in the blood also undergoes this, interconnected to this digestive system. Okay. Next, when its level in the glucose falls, we get hunger in stomach. Okay, when the glucose levels in our blood has been decreased, so what will happen? We will feel hunger. Okay, next, this again involves production of a series of proteins, some of which are hormones like ghrelin. So, secretion of the hormone ghrelin starts in the stomach when it goes empty. The ghrelin will make us to feel hunger. Okay, when the body is feeling when the hunger pangs starts in our body, this ghrelin will secrete and so this will make us this will make the stomach when it goes empty. Ghrelin is secreted from certain cells in the walls of the stomach. This ghrelin is a hormone which is secreted from the walls of the stomach. Okay, hunger contraction starts to occur in the stomach due to hunger generating signals that reach the brain from the stomach due to the secretion of this hormone. Due to the secretion of the ghrelin, the signals will pass from the stomach to the brain. Okay, it is believed that diencephalon in forebrain and vagus nerve, 10th cranial nerves, plays an important role in carrying these signals to the brain. Okay, as we know that, as we have read in the brain, that means in the nervous system, this diencephalon in forebrain and vagus nerve, that is 10th cranial nerve, plays an important role in carrying the signals to the brain. Okay, these will carry the signals from the stomach to the brain. Hunger pangs continue up to 30 to 45 minutes. These hunger pangs will continue up to 30 to 45 minutes. Increase in ghrelin level results in the sensation of hunger and motivation to consume food. So the increasing levels of ghrelin results in the sensation of hunger and it motivates us to consume food. What kinds of control or exercise during sensation of hunger? Are they hormonal or neural or both? Okay, both are hormonal and also as well as neural. That in sense, the ghrelin is a hormone and it is sending information to the nervous system. Okay, so Can you suggest any four systems involved in the process of generating hunger sensation? Okay, digestive system, and also digestive system in sense right from the stomach to the hormone. Okay, that means endocrine system. And these will send information to the nervous system. Okay, as I told before that this ghrelin will send information to the brain. In between this diencephalon and vagus nerve will play a major role in carrying the signals. Okay, and also it includes circulatory system too. Okay. So how many systems will involve? Four systems. The four systems are digestive system, endocrine system, and circulatory system and nervous system. Okay.